Every day we see an increase in the amount of men who we associate with the male loneliness epidemic. And there's no doubt in my mind that we associate these behaviors with classic characters like Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. And while these behaviors do point towards bigger themes like misogyny and cynicism, I think we often miss the point in the conversation as to where that derives from. J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye, at its core, is essentially about a teenage boy who gets kicked out of school and decides they want to run away from home. His short while adventures include calling an excessive amount of people from phone booths, drinking and smoking whenever he has the opportunity to do so. He even gets to the point where he pays for a prostitute at a lower class hotel that he's staying at. Needless to say, he embodies the symbolic nature of teenage angst. And while I don't want to be the Catcher in the Rye saving Holden Caulfield from his impending doom on the cliffside, I don't think he's as bad as everyone makes him out to be. But before you jump down my throat, please hear me out. First, Holden Caulfield is a teenager trying to make sense of the world. And while this doesn't excuse his behavior, I don't think he has the accessible language to be able to express to those how he's actually feeling. And as communication goes, that can be a huge barrier. For example, he's always calling everyone around him a phony. They're fake, they're inaccessible to anything that he can attach to his own reality. And I kept thinking to myself, this is probably a projection of his own inauthenticity. And while it may seem cynical at its core, I think Caulfield recognizes that when you push a boundary, you get an honest representation of character. And that's what he's searching for. So he uses jarring language and attempts to push people past their limits, which again I recognize as self-serving. 2. Throughout the novel, it's evident that Holden Caulfield is still experiencing high amounts of grief from the loss of his younger brother. And I think this puts him in a constant state of fight or flight. He consistently alternates between the need of self-preservation through the lens of innocence and an ultimate departure. For example, when he does pay for his prostitute, he's more interested in having a conversation than paying for his throw. Whether or not that's due to sexual experiences being in uncharted territory, I do think that speaks volumes about the overarching themes within his character. And while I do think Holden Caulfield can basically be pigeonholed into the characteristics of an incel, I think that because Salinger provides us with this stream of consciousness, we're shown a lot of empathetic values and we're given a lot of introspective thought that we wouldn't have otherwise. And while this may be a little bit of a reduction because we're not given the transformation that I think we want out of Caulfield, I think that he does have the power to be a good human. As far as classics go, I don't think that this is as important within the literary canon that people make it seem to be, but it's digestible, some would say timeless, and pretty universal. Personally, I gave this one 4.25 stars, and I'm excited to continue Salinger's work. As always, make sure to follow me if you enjoy this type of literary analysis, and let me know what you think.